Αγαπητοί μου φίλοι, γεια σας. Πάλι κοντά σας σήμερα η ελληνική τηλεόραση του Λονδίνου. Σήμερα κάτι διαφορετικό, κάτι ξεχωριστό. Είμαστε στο Birmingham, στο NEC. Θα δούμε αυτοκίνητα, θα δούμε classic cars, τα οποία θα σας εντυπωσιάσουν. Μαζί μας είναι σήμερα ο κύριος Jack από το Easy Worth It YouTube channel. Επίσης ο Kams, Λονδίνου dealer, ο οποίος έχει πολλή εμπειρία στα αυτοκίνητα. Θα μας εξηγήσει λεπτομερώς το κάθε τι που γίνεται. Μείνετε συντονισμένοι, θα έχετε πολλά να πάρετε από αυτό το motor show σήμερα.
Hi guys, it's Jack from Is It Worth It UK on the YouTube channel. But today I'm with greektvlondon at the NEC Motor Show, looking at the classic cars that we have on display today. And I'm extremely excited because I have one of my favourite all-time cars. Starting from my very first car was a Renault Clio. But this is a very special car. It's what they call the Renault Sport V6. And what Renault have decided to do is chuck the rear seats out the back and put a V6 engine into it. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. Look at it. So I'm finally inside the cabin of the V6 and Renault chucked the rear seats out and put a V6 in the back. Take a look. I mean, where are you going to fit your passengers? Who cares? It's got a V6 engine in. My first car was a Renault Clio, but this is just, I mean, look at that. Look at the gear stick as well. Just absolutely amazing. I'm shaking. What an amazing car. I'd love to drive it though. But yeah, what an amazing car to be in. So I'm here at the MX-5 Car Club and it's a little bit closer to home for me because I'm actually a member myself. So this may be a little bit biased, but I'm here with this absolute beautiful Japanese roadster. This is the first generation. This is where it all started. And of course, it was based on the Lotus Elan, but Japanese import, they called it the Uranus. And in Europe alone, they call it the MX-5. And of course, in America, they call it the Miata. But let's just have a quick look at this car now. I mean, this is a first generation. Got some cool Le Mans 1991 colours here. Why the MX-5 was so special is actually the best-selling two-seater sports car in the world. So Ian, talk to us a bit more about the MX-5 Club and why members should join.
Hi Jack, right, so yeah, you know lots about this, but the MX-5 is pretty much it's the best-selling sports car of all time. It's in the Guinness World Records for that. It crossed the million mark a couple of years back, and we did some stuff to do all that and stuff like that. The club is probably the perfect sidekick to your ownership. Your sidekick, you want to do like that, because we're here to, like, no matter what it is that you want to do in your MX-5, no matter how good your MX-5 is, or bad it is, or new it is, or old it is, everything is there, you know. So if you want to sort of drive it on track, we can do that. We can help you with that. You want to go on international tours, you can help you with that. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do. So, you know, and the membership is 35 quid for the year, and you can save that almost immediately with our insurance partners. You get, like, we've got 10% off at Halfords, you know. Wow. And that goes, before you even know you've spent 35 quid, you've got it right back to you. As you probably, for many people, and think like one of our international tour partners, being a member, you get 50 quid off the tour.
It definitely pays for itself for membership, but it's not about, it's more to do with the inclusivity you have with this car. I mean, it brings so many people together, and the passion for this two-seater sports car, originally based on the Lotus Elan, came into Japan in 1989 as the Uranus, and then came to obviously the European market as the MX-5, and it's known as what in America?
The Miata. Yeah. So I mean, but basically, Mazda are now sort of, it's globally branded as the MX-5. The MX-5 name sort of took over all the sort of sub brands as well. So yeah, no. So I mean, the MX-5 Owners Club. I mean, we've been going coming up 30 years in a couple of years' time, and that'll be the 30th anniversary. We're kind of pegged along with the car. We always have like an anniversary that's, you know, the car's 30 and the club is 25. The car will be 35 and we'll be 30 and stuff like that as well. So it's you know, in terms of that, it's a good community. It's the largest MX-5 club in the world, and it's the biggest, sort of one of the largest driving communities in the UK. Whatever it is that you want out of ownership, the club's here to help you with that as well. So, you know, anything you want to do in it, and they're such a diverse and you know, adaptable sports car.
Absolutely,
They'll do everything. Yeah.
And you said you've even got some even owners, a community in Greece as well.
Yeah. The MX-5 group in Greece, bizarrely, I mean, I'm connected to them on Facebook. There's about 3,000 members of them there, you know, and it's just like the community over there. They're really good. They're really into their modifications. They're really into the performance stuff, and the good thing is the weather's so much better in Greece. You know, you're going to be able to drive it so much more and so much longer, and they won't rust like the university. I'm sure some Greek guys might sort me out with that one. But you know, it's such a great car. So.
Brilliant, thank you so much, great guy. If you are interested, get an MX-5. You should have one anyway.
Yes.
But if you haven't, go and get one and come and sign up to these guys. So this is the GT40 enthusiast stand, and we've got the GT40 just right here behind me, and it was made famous back in 1966 winning the Le Mans, and it was to compete against Ferrari. Yes, Henry Ford wanted to compete against that Italian prancing horse, and they call it the GT40 because from the top to the bottom it's exactly 40 inches, and it's rear engine as well. So we're joined here at the GT40 enthusiast stand, and we're joined here by club member Jason Lysett, and he's going to talk to us a bit more information that probably you don't know about the GT40, and it actually wasn't even called the GT40 before, is that right?
That's right, yeah. It was originally the Ford GT, introduced by the Ford Motor Company to actually defeat Ferrari at Le Mans back in the early 60s. Back at that time, Ford themselves didn't actually have any expertise in building race cars, so they came to the UK, where even today, as you know, most manufacturing of motorsport takes place. Yep. They actually approached Lola and Lotus at the time to commission a design for them, and actually eventually did a deal with Eric Broadley of the Lola sports car company to design a car for them using the Ford branding. And that took place in 1963 and 64. It was quite a hurried development to try to get the car ready for Le Mans. As it was, the development was a little bit too quick, and there were some development problems for the car in its early days. But by 1966 it had become really quite well developed. Brilliant. And it won Le Mans 4 times in a row, 66 to 69.
66 to 69. Jason, I just want to talk a bit more about the engine if you want to have a look. What makes this engine so special?
The noise of it, the exhaust configuration, unfortunately not. The exhaust configuration on these means that the pulses of the one bank merge with the other, and that creates a very unusual sound. So traditionally the American V8 gives a very thumping traditional V8 sound. On this car it makes more of a scream because the pulses of the power are mixed from one side to the other. So if you get a chance to watch these in historic racing, they make a very distinctive noise, which is quite exciting for everybody.
Brilliant, thank you so much for your time, Jason. But yeah, what an absolutely amazing car. It's steeped in history as well, but how it was made as well just to compete against Ferrari, absolutely amazing. And they did it, not just once, but 4 times.
Right, so we're now at the Ferrari Owners Club today at the NEC Classic Car Motor Show. We're here joined by Will, who's the club secretary. He's going to tell us a few bits and pieces, how to join the club, how much it is and what we're going to get with it to enjoy these exotic cars.
So the Ferrari Owners Club of Great Britain is one of the oldest and one of the largest owners clubs around the world. We've got about 2,500 members. There's a huge variety of activity you can take place with. We run a good number of big headline national events for our owners. There's 24 owners groups around the UK that also do area group activity. You can get involved in racing, you can get involved in drive outs, tours, factory tours of Ferrari itself, all of that for £135 a year.
The magic question is, do I need to own a Ferrari to join the Ferrari Owners Club?
No, actually we have a prancing horse register, which is effectively an associate membership. So even if you're just interested in the famous brand, you can get involved in our events. No, absolutely not. You don't need a car to get involved.
Okay, that's important because, as like most of us, it's a childhood dream. Some have managed to get Ferraris, but I think most of us haven't quite yet. Will, tell me, what's your favourite Ferrari?
Well, for me, I love the sort of the real brutish 70s and 80s stuff. So, things like the 512BB, the Boxer, Testarossa, of course, is a real poster car as well. That's sort of real muscly sort of 70s and 80s. The flat 12 cars are a real passion of mine. But we've got members of all ages, everything from the 60s cars all the way through to the present day. So it's not all about the classics. It's not all about the modern. There really is an event for everybody.
That's what we like to hear.
So we're at the Silverstone auction section at the Classic Car Motor Show. But here, we've got quite an iconic car, American muscle car, the Ford Mustang. And it was obviously the Ford Mustang, and it came out in 1965. But here, we have the 1966 model. But if you have a look around, they called it a pony car. And the reason they called it a pony car, because it was long at the front and short at the back. But having just a look around this American muscle car, you can see it's actually a very big car. Have a look around. You've got the Ford and the Mustang logo there as well. Have a look inside here. And of course the Mustang was a 2+2. So you could seat 2 in the front and 2 at the back quite comfortably. And also it's a V8 Mustang. So this is the classic 5-litre V8.
Hey Jack, guess what I've just found? You've been doing the older ones. I've got the 2005 GT. Believe it or not, this particular car belonged to Jeremy Clarkson and not all the others that he smashed up. And it's actually for sale. How much is it? It's only a mere £270,000. And if you look to the left-hand side, have you seen this one, Jack?
It looks amazing.
The latest one.
Is this a pool car?
Yes, you're right. This is the new GT. It actually belongs to Ford. And guess what? It's a pool car. So some poor fella's getting a Fiesta, and I'm hoping one of the directors or the CEOs, you're going to smoke that about. Not bad. This is the latest one, valued, well, they've insured it in the excess of £1.5 million. Not bad for a Ford.
It's just a work of art. I mean, look at that. I could lie in this and sleep. Like, it's just beautiful. Look at that.
Jack, what's your intake? I know you're a kid at heart and enthusiastic, so come on, you go and tell me about it.
What gets me straight away is the amount of carbon fibre on this car. I mean, look at this. It's on the wings here, on the side. I mean, just look at this. Inside here, on the side. Look at the intakes here. It's just absolutely amazing. And look at the size of that rear wing. Wow. And what's actually really cool, if you can get a really good look at the exhaust on the back, really cool. I mean, the design of that is incredible. If you can see that with a nice GT logo in between. But yeah, absolutely impressive. It's quite a big car as well, I do have to admit. But even just the lights on the rear tail lights design is amazing. But yeah, oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
So we have to admit, Ford, one of the oldest manufacturers going, within normal production cars, for them to come up with a car like this, it is pretty amazing. You can understand, they're up against the likes of Ferraris, Porsche, Lamborghini. It's a tall order, and especially in this last 10 years of crisis, for them to go and invest this kind of money in design, you know what? I'm going to take my hands off to you guys at Ford. Well done.
Ford, well done. absolutely amazing to have Mike. We're on the Greek TV London, and today, Mike, brilliant. Thanks for having you on the channel today. What sparked your interest?
What, in the classic car show?
Absolutely.
Oh, well, everything really. I mean, this is my world. I know nothing else. You can ask me to mow your lawn and I wouldn't know how to do it. If you ask me to put a shelf up, go and get a man that puts shelves up. But if you want to know anything about classic cars, come and see me, because this is my wheelhouse.
What's your classic car favourite, would you say? I mean, I own the Z3,
really easy for me, and I own it, and I own several of them.
Okay.
I've got my favourite classic car of all time is definitely a 1964 Mini Cooper S.
Oh, wow.
So I love minis.
Okay.
I'm just a mini freak. I'm a mini enthusiast. I know that my body frame doesn't allow me to really enjoy minis, and I haven't done since I was 17 when I was smaller and slimmer. But these days, I squeeze myself into one. It looks like a giant marshmallow being pushed into a little packet.
No.
But I love my little minis.
I mean, minis, what was it, first Will's transverse engine, but it's meant to seat 4 comfortably, wasn't it?
It was meant to seat 4 people, but I am the size of those 4 people, so it's a little bit uncomfortable.
Mike, it's been great to have you on the channel. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure, buddy.
Thank
Nice
you.
one.
Nice to meet you. Thank you. Bye.
So we've moved along now. We've now come to the Aston Martin Owners Club stand. Like Ferrari, nominal fee, it's about £130 to join. They've got about a dozen club meetings a year. And again, you don't need to have an Aston Martin to be part of the Owners Club. You get to go to all the fancy meetings in the lovely, lovely venues they have around the country. It is a little bit of a club with nice people, with lovely, lovely cars. Really enthusiastic people. So today, even though it's a classic car show, there's a lot of modern classics, like we like to call them. So we've got the beauties, the old Volantes, DB5s, DB6s, DB4s, but we've also got the new era Aston Martins. Vanquish S. Serious bit of kit. This car, brand new, was in the region of over £200,000. Look at this, the beautiful paintwork, the lines. Aston had got it right. When they came out with this, the DB9 shape, it was magic. Came out of the first James Bond film. It truly did turn things around for Aston. Look at the lines on this car. Sheer beauty, class. It's a Vanquish S. So this one has a 6-litre V12. You can remember, Aston is a hand-built car. This engine, fully hand-built, and every car has a plaque with the person who ever put the engine together. And when an Aston starts, you know when an Aston arrives. You can hear it. Class. The most iconic car for the film industry, it's got to be the Aston Martin DB5. It's been made famous over the years, throughout the years, in so many different films, the DB5. Well, this is a classic which has been remade, because as you know, this DB5 stopped many years ago, but this particular one belongs to Aston Martin, and it's a brand new car which has been made recently, old chassis, but these are the special ones with all the options. Come with me. It's got the rear bulletproof screen, got the oil slicks, the number plates do spin around just like in the films, and it is a right-hand drive. You see the rear lights, they pop out of the oil slick. The smoke, I can't remember which way around, which was the oil slick and which was the smoke. I think they were the oil slick and that was the smoke machine. Bulletproof. We can't get access to this one, but Harris, if you can take us inside shot, the control panels with all the switches, got the screen which flips into the sat-nav screen. Also, if you look at the roof, they've gone attention to detail. They've put the roof buttons there. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the ejector seat, but the roof is panelled in the way the roof does come off. Then come to the front. We have got, look at this. This is all you James Bond fans. got the machine guns, got everything there. This is sheer class, but you know, it can be bought. These were for sale, they were in the region of 1.5 to 2 million pounds. But even after spending that, did you know they were not road legal? So people who bought these, bought them to drive them on the track or on their private estate, as one does when spending that kind of money. But Aston Martin DB5 remade. What a classic car. And you know what? Anyone who's a James Bond buff, it's class. That's all I can say.
So, look behind me, we have got the Ghostbusters car. It's based on a Cadillac. I mean, look at it. It's even got the sound as well. But take a quick look around with me. We've even got Slimer on there. Remember, this is Ghostbusters, a 1984 film, and the attention to detail you've got, even just on the logo. I mean, it's like stepping back into my childhood. I mean, have a look in the back as well, quick. And it's got all the props on the top as well from the original film. But yeah, absolutely brilliant.
Hi guys, so today's NEC show, it's not just about all those other fancy cars. They've got so many other bits and pieces in the show. They're selling everything. They've got restored cars, but like this one. A lot of you guys will remember this Capri. Well, this one's been fully restored. Hard to find these, but also there's companies like this company, they're now doing all the body panels for them. It's a lovely example. This is childhood memories. As a kid, I remember I could never afford it.
Okay, so I'm joined here at the Lamborghini enthusiast stand with Jeff Armstrong, and he's the proud owner, I'm actually really jealous, of a Lamborghini Countach. And it's not just any old Lamborghini Countach, it's a 25th anniversary. So tell me a bit more about that.
The 25th anniversary was to celebrate Lamborghini's 25th anniversary as a car manufacturer. It is in fact the last variation of the Countach that was made before the Diablo took over. And all these things you see here, all these add-on bits, were all designed by Horatio Pagani when he worked for Lamborghini.
It's beautiful, it's a beautiful car. What engine is in the Countach? Because it's always mind-boggling. What kind of engine is in this car?
This is a variation of the original Bizzarini designed V12 engine. V12. It's 5.2 litres, 48 valves, so this is the sort of again, the ultimate development of that Bizzarini engine. 455 horsepower.
Wow. George, and obviously just touching here on such a film as Wolf of Wall Street, I think we even touched, fans have seen that. This is pretty much the exact same one that Leonardo DiCaprio. It's the same sort of Countach that he had in the film. And to getting in and out, it's quite challenging, isn't it? What's the sort of, how do you do it? Show me.
There is a technique, and it's bum first and then legs in.
Okay, yeah, let's just leave it at that. What's it like as a daily, if you can call the Countach a daily car?
A nightmare.
I'm here in the corner at the Lamborghini enthusiast stand with Peter, and he's a proud owner of, what is this magnificent beast?
It's a Murcielago LP640, which is the Gen 2. It's an 08 model year, and it's my pride and joy.
So where does the Murcielago stand in the Lamborghini hierarchy? Is it before or after the Diablo? Or?
This is after the Diablo. Okay. They had the Gen 1 in early 2002, and then this came along in 2007.
Absolutely brilliant. So why have you gone for a Murcielago instead of like an Aventador or anything like that? Why have you gone for this specific model?
Because at the time I couldn't afford an Aventador.
Okay.
And genuinely I really love this car. Yeah. It's a connoisseur's choice. They're very rare. There's about 25 on the road, maybe up to about 35 in the UK.
Just interestingly, what's so special about this engine? What engine have Lamborghini gone for in this car?
It's a 6.5 litre V12 pushing out 640 horsepower.
What's the max speed you've got?
On a private road, 176.
So you join me at the bespoke stand here at Invictus, and we've actually got a selection of real interesting and cool Range Rovers. I mean, just let's have a look here. We've got the 110 Defender, but also to the left of me here, we've actually got the smaller 90 as well, and 90 and the 110 corresponds with the wheelbase. But we'll have a look what makes the bespoke and Invictus versions different. Follow me around. Obviously we've got the nice bespoke logo here on the back. You've got a very famous tyre as well on the back as well, which makes it a proper Defender. But also look at these lights on the rear. Follow me around there. Look at these beautiful alloy wheels. Again, you've got the nice bespoke the petrol cap. It's brilliant. So what makes the Defender really interesting is the amount of options you can add to the cars. I mean, look at the amount of accessories you can fit, even across all the range. But with this 2014 90 Defender, I mean, it's absolutely beautiful, this black bespoke Defender. So what makes the Defender such a classic? Well, you've got that rear split off back, but also you've got the classic rear wheel on the back as well.
So today in front of us is a SL300. 86 on a D. Now most of us will affiliate this car with either Bobby Ewing or Heart to Heart. It's one of these iconic Mercedes. The old 107, it's a test of time. It's the most robust, solid car, and today the value of these are just going through the roof. I'll tell you, this is an 86 car. This car will be in the region of £50,000, and they're only going one way. As you know what? They just don't make them anymore. Have a look around. This one's got, it's white with a blue check cloth, and this is a pristine car, not been touched, not been restored. Real classic. We're now here at the Mercedes-Benz Owners Club stand. I'm here with John, who's going to tell us a bit more about the Mercedes-Benz Owners Club. He just revealed to me it's so cheap to join. It's only like £35 per annum. So John, tell us a bit more. What do we get for our money?
In fact, it's £41 per annum.
Apologise, 41, sorry.
But for that you get 12 editions of the monthly magazine called the Gazette, which is full of useful information. You get 2 classic car magazines direct from Mercedes in Germany per year. There's the forum, which is stacks of useful information. If you have any problems or need to know things about your particular car, you'll find that people will come back with technical advice. We have a technical advice team here as well. Okay. And also with club membership you can get 10% discount quite often from Mercedes main dealers, and also discount on your car insurance.
Oh, fantastic. So is this a UK based club or is this an international?
It's UK based and is the official club that's acknowledged by Mercedes-Benz themselves. And next year it'll be the 70th anniversary of the club.
Another iconic classic. So we moved across from the 107. This is the SL55 AMG. These came out in 2003 with this new SL shape with the twin lights. This car is another modern day classic. These 55s were very limited and really an underrated car. Even to now, bulletproof. Also, the values of these are soaring. But again, it's an everyday car. You can get it, the wife can drive it. Steering was light, wasn't bumpy, air suspension. However, you got in the car, you put it into sport mode, you'll be taking on Schumacher all day long. Now we're going to the real hardcore classics. This is an old SL300. This one is the Roadster. The one that's really gone through the roof and an iconic car is the coupe version, which has the gull-wing doors. Now that car today has just gone through the roof. But what classic lines. Now if you look at this car, look at the styling of this. Look how old this car is. Look how stylish Mercedes were for its time. And it stood the test of time. These are solid. The curves in the windows, the styling lines. And you know what, if you look at the modern cars, the new SLs, AMGs, they've started to introduce the slats and the lines back. So they've kept a little bit of the heritage. But Mercedes is Mercedes. True classic. The three-pointed star is just class. So we've gone from the old classics to today. Now we bring it right up to speed to 2021-22 with Mercedes' new electric cars. The EQ range has been launched properly, I would say, this year. With all the climate issues, everyone going electric. This is Mercedes' EQA. They do an EQC and they do an EQS. And next year there's a real massive change, a massive lineup of new electric cars coming. But EQA, come and have a look. So let's take a quick look inside the new EQA. The new touchscreen dashboards. Fortunately we don't have the key, so I can't show you. And the Mercedes in new air vents, which all lights up. So if you're inside the car, it's pretty much the same and standard as the rest of the Mercedes, based on the A-Class, the GLAs, GLBs, all very similar. But all you got in this now, it's electric. There's no engine, this is a motor. So let's have a look where we're going to fill this baby up. What are we going to fill up? Where's the petrol cap? Here we are. Oh, is it petrol? Is it unleaded? Of course not. It's electric. So all we're going to basically do, we get the cables with it, charge it straight in. At the moment, yes, we do have a little issue with where we're going to go and charge up. But as time is coming, if you look at a lot of the supermarkets, a lot of shopping centres, they've all got electric charging points. So soon there will be a time where you go, set your car in, plug in, within half an hour, 15 minutes, that technology is coming. You should be charged and ready to go. At the moment, you're charging these at home, these are taking about 8 hours. So it is a little bit tedious, but it's the same. Remember when we got that first mobile phone? It took for ages and the battery didn't last. Look at our latest phones. It charges so quickly and we've got the longevity of the battery. Same thing will happen in the cars to come. So here's the electric car, new Mercedes EQC.
So I'm joined here by Michelle, the club office manager for the BMW Car Club UK, and she's just going to tell us how to get signed up.
Well, you can sign up with us today. So if you come over to the club stand, we can sign you up in an instant, and we've got different tiers of membership that you can have, and which range from standalone membership to family to digital. So there's something that caters for everybody. Alternatively, you can go onto our website, bmwcarclubgb.uk. You can sign up there, and or you can give us a call in the office, and we're always taking membership over the phone.
Brilliant. So there's a lot of ways you can sign up yourself. However, I'm just wondering, how much is the membership fee for the year?
So the membership fee is currently £45 for a single member for the year, and in that you get 12 subscriptions of our member magazine. So that's produced by members, for members. You can't get it in the shops. It's a great magazine. It's got lots of technical knowledge, lots of good stories and articles. If you're a family member, that's 50. It's the same thing. You get the 12 issues of the magazine, and then if you want to renew 12 months later, the membership goes down slightly.
It is definitely worth it, guys. I used to own a BMW Z3, and I got this absolutely amazing publication, very professional. I mean, the publication itself's £5 on its own, and you get one every month, so it's really good, really friendly. But also, if you have your car insurance, potentially you can get some discount whilst joining the BMW Car Club. So what kind of discounts do you get there?
I couldn't tell you individually, but I mean, a lot of our members, is definitely more than what you pay in membership.
Yeah.
So, there's a saving there. So you're having your membership basically for nothing. But a lot of our members, the feedback that we've had, it's been very worth their while to have the preferential rates on insurance. Obviously, there's a lot of factors that goes into when you're insuring your vehicle. Yeah. But BMW Car Club Insurance, which is underwritten by A Plan, they are our partners, and also we have Footman James, we have Lancaster Insurance. Well, a lot of the insurance companies offer preferential rates to being a member of a car club.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for your time, Michelle. Like I said, I've been a member myself. Absolutely blown away by the customer service. Very professional as well. And get in contact with Michelle and the BMW Car Club UK. If you haven't got one already, get a BMW. Hi, I'm here at the BMW stand at the NEC Arena in Birmingham, and I'm joined here by Martin. He's the club chairman of the BMW Car Club, but very excitingly, he's going to take us a bit of a history through the BMW cars, and we're starting off here with the Z1. So can you tell us, importantly, what makes this car so important, Martin?
So the Z1 is basically, this car is from 1986, wow. And the Z prefix is basically, it's the German word is future.
Could you show me what's so futuristic about this car? Look at that. And is it all automatic, that as well? So this was,
and the car can be driven on the road legally with the doors down.
This was revolutionary at the time, the doors that went down. But it didn't catch on.
Revolutionary, but also a little problematic. Right, so any Z1 owner will tell you today that the doors are kind of the Achilles heel. But there is a specialist who is in the Netherlands.
And then what BMW did, we moved on to another Z car, which is kind of famous because of the James Bond era. Would you say what makes the Z3 so special?
Just the fact really that it's an evolution. So this car was actually based on the E30 3 Series. Yeah. This car is then based on the E36 3 Series. So what we have here is the Roadster, which is the E36 6, and the car next to it is the E36 7. So it's the Roadster and Coupe.
Obviously, apart from the design, the boot's amazing as well. So practicality for a tourer, for a GT car, is amazing. Look at it, it's carpet inside. You got the spare as well and stuff. And it smells, you have that beautiful. So we've had a look at the past of the BMWs, now we're into the future, and well, quite incredibly, we've got a rare car which is soon to be quite big on the streets, I'd say. It's the BMW iX, is it?
Correct.
iX, and it's BMW's first full electric 4x4 car. So well, apart from the lavish interior and the cabin lights, what else makes this car?
It's just a beautifully comfortable, luxurious vehicle where you can just enjoy the ambience of the interior, the audio system, no distracting noises, which obviously petrol heads would prefer to have, but it genuinely is a beautiful vehicle to be in. I've not driven it very far, so I can't say what it's like on the road, but it's impressive.
Absolutely. And the I logo on the, does that mean electric for the BMWs? So they've got the i8, right, the I series, perfect. So that's a continuation of that. Yeah. So this is brand new, and we're going to take a look inside. Can I ever sit in that? Would that be okay? So I'm just going to sit in it, see what it's like. Wow, how groovy does that look? Is it BMW's iDrive? Do they still have iDrive with that? Right, so yeah, got this gear stick control, it's almost crystal-like-esque. It's touchscreen. I don't want to touch too much, but yeah, absolutely amazing. I mean, look at this. Well, the shape of the steering wheel. Everything just screams futuristic, doesn't it? Perfect, so that's the 4x4, but more exclusively, we've got a very UK special. It's not even in dealerships right now, I've been told. So this is pretty much the only one in the UK, is the new BMW i4. So it's BMW's, obviously one up from the 3 Series. It's 4 Series, but it's fully electric. So can we have a quick little intro on that? What else is there to know about the i4?
Again, like the iX, it's a luxurious car, quiet, beautifully comfortable to sit in and drive. Obviously this one has got quite a number of extras, but what extras it's got I couldn't tell you because they don't have a spec sheet for the vehicle yet. It's so new.
Jack, you know we were talking about the Boxsters. Well, you know that 25 years, well, this is a 25-year celebration model. This is the original one when it all started off 25 years ago, and this is the new up-to-date. So, Jack, you're the modern man. Fill everybody in.
This is Forever Young, the Porsche Boxster, now celebrating its 25th birthday. But I always thought the Porsche Boxster was a poor man's 911. However, it's actually stood the test of time and it's a car in its own right. I mean, just have a look at this, actually 21st century update version of the Porsche Boxster.
We're joined here with John from Porsche UK, actually represents Porsche Bournemouth. He looks after the classic car stuff. As we're with the 911s, we're all reminiscing in the heyday how we had one and how we enjoyed it and all the fun. And we're still talking about that. That's what a 911 does. 911 brings it out on you, what this car was, and it's got stories. Everyone has a story. If you've owned one, you wanted one, you've dreamt of one, that's what 911 does. Am I right? Am I wrong?
Absolutely right. Everybody grew up wanting one of these cars. It was on your bedroom wall.
It was.
It was in classic films. Everybody wanted a 911, and especially 911 turbo, 930 turbo like this one here. This is a 930 Martini Championship Edition from 1979. Approximately 200 of these were built. Then they were built to celebrate the Martini racing victories of that year. Martini were obviously one of the biggest sponsors of Porsche racing. So it's 1979, 3.3 litre turbocharged engine producing about 300 brake horsepower, 4-speed box. It's got the special interior, which again is the Martini colours, and it's even got the Martini flashes on the steering wheel. And as you quite rightly said, it's also got the special stereo in it, which is the Blaupunkt stereo, which has got what they call the gooseneck, which I don't know whether you'll be able to see it.
We'll get some interior shots of that.
Okay, we'll get some interior shots, but really special.
For our younger viewers, they won't even understand what we're on about Martini. Martini was a drink in the heyday. It wasn't very good, but that's another story anyway.
it tasted better after you'd had a few.
Yeah, there you go. I will bring you here to the Porsche Owners Club. Jack, we're going to have some fun here today. There's a bit of new and old here.
Yeah. It's like a step into the past. I mean, we're going to start where it all started for Ferdinand Porsche. I mean, we've got the Porsche 356. I mean, look at it. Isn't that magnificent? As you can see, it's got the style designed similar to the Volkswagen Beetle. That's what all started it.
That's what it all started off. This car has actually belonged to Porsche Leeds, believe it or not, and they've actually got it up for sale. They've been quite cheeky and not actually put a price tag on it.
Yeah.
But this is iconic car.
I like the colour, black is really nice.
It does actually look really good in black. It's a class car. Again, people understand Porsche. It was such a sophisticated car for that period. And can you imagine owning a Porsche in that era?
Unbelievable.
On a different chart. We're moving across here to the air-cooled 911. Now, this Targa.
What does Targa mean?
I actually don't know what...
I think Targa's German for shield or cover.
I actually don't know what Targa is, but this is one of the original air-cooled units in a flat grey. And if you notice, this flat grey colour has come back. We're now 2021, the colour's come back. But I'm going to move across to one of my favourite era cars, 993. These 993s, these, to me, were like sex on wheels. I've been very fortunate.
Have you had one of these as well?
I've had one of these.
Is there anything you haven't had?
I've had a 993 Turbo in black with linen.
Have you seen inside it?
If I still had that car today, I'd be a very happy man. Many, many, many moons ago. But what a car it was.
They've even got the original book in there.
Yeah, and I tell you something, to drive the Turbo in that time, we used to go out and you'd have a dead leg. The clutch was that stiff on the car and you had to get used to the front end, because to stop this car was another issue. You can remember, there was no ABS and all those gadgets in those days. There's no engine in the front, so there's no way.
Rear
You try slowing this thing down from 130, 140 miles an hour. Obviously not on the British roads, but that's another story. But you know what's really still one of my favourites is sat across there.
Well, indulge me, let's have a look. What have we got?
Let's take you across.
Wow,
right.
I like that
One
colour.
of my favourites, and I'm still looking for one now.
I'm going to guess.
This is Capri money.
Is it the 924?
No. Come on, Jack, I got to show you a few things. This is a 928.
928.
Right? Now, this again, I was fortunate enough, I had an electric blue one with, they used to have these wheels, these telephone dial wheels. These have come back, these are underrated, undervalued car. This car's, believe it or not, they're in the same money tree as a Capri. The Capris are making mad money. Why do you want to buy a Capri for 50 grand? Come and buy a 928, proper iconic car. It's a Porsche, it's solid. Let's have a little walk around, and one of the old 911s.
Look at that.
Old Carrera, classic.
Isn't she beautiful?
Right, air-cooled Carrera with the classic lines. Real bit of kit. Were these cars easy to drive? No, they definitely weren't. But they're a fun car. Put this on track. I mean, a 911 in the heyday, to lose the back end on this was so easy. So it was an acquired taste, acquired driving skill, but they were fun.
I love the fence at the back.
I'm sure some of you guys watching this who own 911s will understand, once you've had a 911, you won't buy any other car. You can buy your Ferraris, you can buy your Lambos, but you know what? You'll still go back to your 911, because no matter what, they're still an everyday car. You can have a turbo, you can have a non-turbo. You get in the car, do the school run, put it in sport mode, put it on the track.
So take it on the track, I was going to say.
No, good. Let's move across, and I think we've got a little bit of exciting stuff. Let's take you to the technical shot what for Porsche have got set up. Being in a modern era, 2022, I'm joined here with Stacey from Porsche, who's one of the super technicians on the race team. Stacey, tell me a little bit more what you've been doing and what you're doing over here.
So I'm one of the technicians. I work at the centre in the UK. Okay. Here we're just doing like just assembly, reassembling and stripping, rebuilding the engine, just to make it a little bit more interesting. So it's not every day people get to see like inside their engines. They only ever really get to see inside when something's wrong, so they don't really want to be seeing inside it. So it's kind of nice to show them in like a bit of a happier place than in the garage.
What engine are we doing here, by the way?
We're doing a 914 engine, so it's a flat 4 2 litre.
Yeah.
The car was going to get restored, but when the body got dipped, it was too far gone to be restored. So we just keep these engine and gearbox to then just come to shows in and show people what's inside.
Fantastic. And one magic question: how long have you been a technician? You know, female technician for Porsche. Come on. Round of applause. Well done, young lady. But how long have you been doing this, and what inspired you to come into the trade?
I've been at Porsche 6 years now. I've done my apprenticeship in that time, but I've always grown up around cars, watching rallying, drag racing with my dad, watching MotoGP on a Sunday morning. That was always like a thing to do. then restored a split screen. It all kind of sparked from there, and then got turned into an career now.
Fantastic. See, ladies, all you lot watching at home, you could be there changing the engine next week. There's hope for us all. Thank you very much, Stacey.
No worries, thank you.
Great work, fantastic.
Brilliant, thank you.
Care. Thanks a lot.
Αγαπητοί μου φίλοι, ελπίζω να σας άρεσε πάρα πολύ αυτό το motor show που είχαμε σήμερα με το φίλο μας τον Kams και το φίλο μας τον Jack. Θα είμαστε σε κάποια άλλη εκπομπή πάλι μαζί να απολαύσετε και άλλα περισσότερα. Είδατε νομίζω τα καλύτερα αυτοκίνητα που υπάρχουν στον κόσμο. Σας εξηγήσαν και οι δύο το κάθε τι για το κάθε ένα αυτοκίνητο, τι περιέχει, τι performance υπάρχει και όλα τα details που εσείς χρειάζεστε για να κάνετε respect ένα αυτοκίνητο. Λοιπόν, θα σας χαιρετήσουμε με τη σειρά μας. Kams, thank you very much for today.
Guys, thank you for bringing us here. And it's been a really, really great day. We've seen some fantastic cars, but great company. And it's brought some memories back, and I'm sure you guys sitting at home, some of the cars we've seen, it's nostalgic, it's great. And Jack, thank you very much. Everybody, watch out for this up-and-coming star. He's got his own YouTube channel. Is it worth it? So anyway, Jack, I'm going to hand you over. Thank you very much. Angelo, thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you guys, hope you've enjoyed it today, and it's been a privilege. Thank you so much to Angelo and the actual team here and presenting today for you guys. And we're just wondering if, well, I'd like to lastly say to one question to everyone: what has been your favourite car?
Angelo, what is your favourite car here today?
Lamborghini.
He's going to say Lamborghini, you see.
Και πάλι ένα μεγάλο ευχαριστώ, να είστε πάντα καλά και θα σας ξαναδούμε πάλι σύντομα. Γεια σας.